Depression is real, as light as day. It's a serious issue that is affecting many of us throughout the world. Depression does not discriminate. Rich and poor folks get depressed. Christians and non-Christians get depressed. I was depressed as a young person, and even as an adult. But I'm thankful to God that I did not lose my mind. Even though I kept it all to myself. I didn't confide in anyone because I didn't trust anyone. I felt if I had told anyone I was depressed, a stigma would be associated with me. So I would just keep smiling even though I was depressed. When I was a young man, what really kept me sane was the love for my mother. During my depressed moments, I would just think about my mother and how she would be impacted if I did anything drastic. When I became married, I thought about my wife and my children. Depression may start off as worrying, and then, you can become depressed, and then you may end up having suicidal thoughts. Depression is real. I know it is real. And I know it's embarrassing to feel depressed, but it can happen to anyone. I know some of you may be on prescribed medication for your condition. Rest assured that you can overcome it. Nothing is impossible with God. You just have to believe. What causes depression? I don't know. What causes depression? Depression takes place as a result of a myriad of issues. Research indicates that one of the primary causes of depression is chemical imbalance. I am not sure what causes chemical imbalance, but I know that the God we serve can balance you chemically. Other reasons for depression are rejection, fearfulness, lack of money, inferiority complex, loss of a loved one, grief, loneliness. You may also feel depressed because you feel that you have not accomplished anything in life. For instance, you may have set goals and plans, but you did not achieve them, but you see others achieving their goals, or it looks like they're achieving their goals, and this can make you feel depressed. You also may have lost a job, either through redundancy or termination, and you have a difficult time finding another job. This causes depression. The doctor may inform you that you have a chronic illness or any other disease, and as a result, you can become very depressed. Trust me, I know the feeling. I'm talking from my experience. It's also possible you inherited depression from your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, which is really a generation curse. How can we overcome depression? I believe we can. I know I have. So you can, so can you. Find someone that you feel comfortable talking with. Talk about your depressed feelings. Children, let your parents know how you're feeling. Do not feel embarrassed because perhaps they went through it and didn't tell you themselves. So talk to your parents. Tell them where you, or they could tell you where you can seek out. And furthermore, your parents can be your support system. Find a counselor, especially a Christian one. I know that there are some good counselors who are not Christians as well, so let me just say that out there. But they may tell you some things that are contrary to the Word of God. Adults, talk to someone you can trust and who can give you guidance. Husbands, confide in your wives. Wives, confide in your husbands about how you feel. If you're married, you can do that. If you're not married, confide in a trusted friend, or counselor, or anyone mentioned above. Recently, a pastor committed suicide in the United States. Perhaps it was a shock to many of us. Nobody expects a pastor to commit suicide. Depression does not discriminate. But based on my experience, you can overcome depression. Some of us just need deliverance. And I know that God can deliver you from anything. Trust me, God can deliver you from all things. Even though God knows what you're going through. Do not accept the depressed state that you are in. So talk to God. The Bible tells us not to be anxious about anything, but in every situation, make your requests known to Him, and the peace of God will guard your heart and mind. After all, God has given you a spirit of, He hasn't given you a spirit of fear. He gave you a spirit of love, power, and a sound mind. Therefore, this depressed spirit is not from God, so you can overcome it. Remember, you commit suicide, the people that you left behind will be the ones who suffer. Is that what you want? I don't think so. You can overcome depression. I overcame depression. So can you. Depend on God.